What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video here. I've kind of switched it up to every other day I've been filming. We've been super busy. Storm season is right around the corner. We're like literally a couple days away from it being hurricane season. And if you guys are interested, please hit me up. Send me an email, johndocrecovery@gmail.com. I also have a Facebook group, which is Stormwork 2025, which you guys can join that. We'll have updates and everything like that. So please, if you guys are interested in Stormwork, we'd love to add you to the team and put some money in your pocket. So today's video, I want to talk about some of the unfinished projects over here. If you guys go back and watch like the past couple videos, you'll notice we've been pro mod racing a lot. We've been going to PDRA, we've been doing Big Dog, we've been testing, we've been everywhere. We haven't been in the shop working. So what happens to all these cars and all these builds? Well, this one right here is Logan's build. Mason and Logan have been working on that. There's a lot of times that they're able to get work into this because if I'm at the racetrack, I still have businesses to run. And when we get back, I have to set time aside to run those businesses. So I can't just come back here and hop in the shop and start making progress. I have to go and do other stuff. So they've been knocking this thing out pretty good. They got it fired up. It's running. It's very close. And this is going to be the Nasty Racing Street Car Chariot. I do have the Corvette for sale, the C5. I think it is going to be going here shortly. And it was a really good car. Had a lot of fun with it, but I'm going to use it to get my dream car, so I'm not going to reveal any of that yet. There's one car that I've always wanted my entire life. I grew up playing in video games, and if I have the opportunity to get it, I'm going to get it, get rid of that, and replace it with something that's not a race car, something that I can just take out to dinner. Let you guys just comment down below and guess what you think it might be. So that's kind of what's been going on. Let's talk about these unfinished projects, because there's a lot of them, and they're all getting closer, but they're not done yet. So right here, starting off, we got the Bad Apple. We're going to start with this because it is the closest. I was able to come in late one night and just get a bunch of little stuff knocked out. So here's our to-do list. I got to make a throttle stop. We got to bleed the brakes. We got to put travel limiters on there. Belly pans, and there's a couple bars I want to get put in. They're going down to HRT, Chris and Cameron Herring. They are badass. Ordered a bump steer kit. Mac valve for parachute handle, like just a bunch of like little stuff. I already put the strut spacer for the strut on here, so like we're getting down to it. Like we're down on the home stretch on this. So by Wednesday, I should have this down to Chris Herring's shop, and he's gonna put a couple bars in it, just 2 bars, and then we should be 100% ready to go to the dyno, go to the track. The other night we were able to come in here and fix the converter spacing. We got a keyway in the oil pump, and we have been able to really get like a lot of like the little kind of pain in the ass stuff done. So it's got the drive shaft in there. We got to bleed the brakes. I mean, it's very close. Add some engine oil, add some transmission fluid. Home stretch. So very excited to get this Bad Apple car done and to the racetrack. It is very nice. We go over here to Beetlejuice. So this one here, I'm not going to talk shit about anything. I'm just going to be 100% transparent, and I'm going to talk very briefly on it, because once there is a resolution to this, then I can give you guys the full consensus and full breakdown. So in September, I got on an email chain with AVA to get an oil pump made. There's the oil pump right there. I was very excited when it came in. We had to do a custom oil pump because of this horizontal bar and this vertical bar. And I want to do a dual stage, so 1 pressure, 2 vacuum, so 2 scavenge stages. So it's going to scavenge both turbos and then 1 pressure side for the motor. We gave them all the dimensions. They drew it in CAD. We knew where it had to be. September till about like 2 weeks ago. That's how long it took to get the pump. Pump came in, not made to spec, does not fit. It runs into the bar that was in question that we decided we were going to do a custom pump to avoid hitting that bar. Contact them, was told that they're under new ownership and they've been having some issues, and that's pretty much just kind of like where it's been left. I messaged them yesterday and said, hey, can we like expedite this, because this car is waiting on that. I have to put the oil pump on so I can plumb the whole thing, because I got to plumb the oil system, and then I have to plumb the fuel system, and then plug up the wiring, and it's done. It is literally that close. So we have been waiting for a couple months now on that oil pump to come in, and when it didn't come in right, try to expedite, get it done, very, very lax response. So not talking shit on them. We'll see if we can get everything sorted out and get it right. I love AV8 oil pumps. I've run any external oil pump that is not like a Hemi style that goes directly on the side of the block. I run Aviade. That's got an Aviade pump. That's got an Aviade pump. One of my street cars has an Aviade pump. The old Black Sheep motor had an Aviade pump. This has an Aviade pump. I had always had a great experience with them. Got them in a timely manner, and they always worked great. This one here, whole nother story. So that is where we're kind of at with Beetlejuice. We got the converter, we got the transmission, we got the drive shaft, the powertrain's kind of all sorted out. The exhaust is done, the turbo kit's done. We need to plumb it, and we need to tidy up some wiring, and that's pretty much it. Then we're going to the track. So very, very close. Now we come over here to Hank, and Hank is a little bit further off. We got the turbo kit done, we got the motor set in there. I do have an oil pump for it, but they sent me like an absolutely wumbo pulley. That thing is insanely large, and that would hit the turbo kit. So we have to get a different pulley for it. Not sure why this thing's so large. So we'll heard that before, but we're gonna go to a smaller oil pump pulley, and we should be able to bolt it on. Same thing. You got to get the oil pump on there before you can plumb it. I got to make my fuel tank. So there's some fab work left to do on this. It's not like we're held up by anything in specific, but we are we're to the point now where, yeah, I mean, we got to get some stuff on the car and just keep knocking it out. So I was really kind of letting this take a back seat to get Beetlejuice done because it is so close. So those two cars and those lifts are going to be the next two to be completed. Hopefully, if we get, probably the week after the PDRA Maryland race, I'd like to have them both done, sitting in the other shop, ready to go to the track and or already dyno tuned. So this thing here, it just needs some fab work. It needs probably 2 or 3 weeks of dedicated work to get it done, where we can just go and start knocking things off the list. We got to mount the seats, modify the pedal, put a pedal stop on there, get our throttle linkage done, get the transmission linkage all set up. I mean, there's some work to do on this. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we got some work to do. We got our air launchers. There's some work. We got to do some work on this. So yeah, we have some in all different states. I'd like to have them all done, honestly, between me and you guys at home. I don't want to work on them anymore. I want to maintain them, and if I have to build a project, do one at a time. I think that would be very nice. One project at a time would be nice, where if and the whole multiple projects kind of come about from, oh, well, if we're waiting on parts, we can get this, but you get to a point where you have so many projects, and then you're racing a car and maintaining a car, especially at the pro mod level on top of that. That's a lot. It is a very lot. So we go over here to the Black Sheep. This thing here, I got to put belly pans on it, and I got to put blower restraint and a belt guard, and we're done. So that's kind of where we're at. I do have this burning desire to take this Hemi out and put a turbo LS back in it just for simplicity, because I have a really gangster 408 cubic inch Cleveland, Maine all-pro head LS, which I think would do great in this car, and then we could run this Thursday night test and tune grudge race, and just not necessarily try to go out and be the fastest single turbo small block car, but just have a good competitive race car. I have that burning desire just because I'm going to say this out loud. It was a mistake to put the Hemi in there. This car was not meant for the Hemi. It had one in there before, but it wasn't a real one. And then we get over here to Slick Rick, and you guys know where we're at with Slick Rick. I just did a video on the cylinder heads that were damaged. They're up at TKM. A big shout to TKM Performance. Go check them out. Check out their YouTube channel. They're badass. They're getting the heads all done up right so we can put the short block into a long block and put it back in the car. So that's kind of like your Saturday update. So what I'm doing here today is I'm getting ready for the week ahead. We got to finish. We got some Pro Mod testing next week, but is it with the Blue Parrot / Lab Grown, or is it with a different Pro Mod? I don't know. You guys will just have to see. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can't reveal anything yet. But I better watch what I say. But yeah, so I've been working at another shop, getting some stuff done, and we made some great progress on this other car we've been working on. So that is your Saturday update. Just want to come here, say what's up. I want to still get you guys my 3 videos a week. I want to bring you guys good quality content. I have a really, really cool budget build coming up once we get this stuff kind of all knocked out. So timeline wise, we're looking in the next 2 weeks to have both those cars done. Motor back in Slick Rick, which that's like half a day. I mean, it really is not a lot. It's once the motor's together, it goes in pretty quick. So those 2 done, get Slick Rick back going. That's some pretty high horsepower cars that are running, and then we can dedicate some time to this. Logan's car is pretty much, I'd say, done. Him and Mason are going to get that thing just like tidied up into the dyno, into the track here shortly. But really want to focus on getting this done so we can go and do our ride along. So in the meantime, we've had Scott just absolutely putting motors together left and right. So we have a long lineup of motors here. We got a Dart Block Cleveland Maine set at 408. High horsepower, 3,000 horsepower deal. We got 460-inch motor, 460-inch motor. I don't know what that is. I got 2 motors out there. One short block needs to be brought to a long block, and here Scott is putting together a customer motor, well, 427-inch Black Sheep Stage 3 that is going to go in a street car. So putting the heads on this thing, and Scott, we've been busy. I didn't document any, but we put a piston in one of my. I have a F350 with a gas 6.2, and it burned a piston up before I got it, and I got it on a smoking deal because it didn't run right. And we pulled it apart, and there was a melted piston. And Scott, how would you say from a 1 to 10? How pleased were you with the cleanliness and part selections for that reassembly?
Oh, I was fascinated at the fact it had chunks of piston in the pan, and the bearings looked perfect in that motor.
We pulled every rod bearing, every main bearing we pulled out and looked at it. They all looked great. And we shoved a new piston on the rod, new set of rings, didn't even hone or nothing. Cylinder looked great.
For the life of me, I don't understand how that happened, but it did.
Yeah. And I ran it with no oil because when I got it, whoever had it had no oil in it. I didn't know, so I drove it on the trailer with no oil and drove into the shop with no oil. We put oil in there, and then it just misfired like crazy. So we put a new oil cooler on there, left the stock oil pump on there because I'm sure,
we looked down in it. I mean,
everything looked good.
I'm not recommending you do that to your home vehicle drive, but I mean,
for us, it's a little bit different because if it breaks, we're just like, we'll fix it,
Well, we'll laugh about it. We'll pull it out and we'll build a motor.
Yeah. So we've been busy working on a bunch of stuff, and then, like I mentioned earlier, storm season is upon us. So if you guys are interested in doing storm work, like I said, hit us up. We have a great group of guys. We're always expanding, and yeah, it's a great gig. So I wouldn't want to miss it. Also, if you guys want a camshaft, I'm trying to get rid of this. This is a solid roller LS turbo cam. Cheap, like give me like $200, you can come get that sucker. Other than that, let me show you guys what I'm dailying right now because you guys might appreciate that. Pretty cool daily, I'm not gonna lie. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Check Schaefer's oil. We just gotta order Schaefer's oil in. Look at the daily. The daily's just on point. I'm not pleased with how the front end sits a little bit low, so I ordered a new spring to get the front end up about another inch. But we're just out here, long wheelbase, single wheel conversion, DBL designs. It's got the big badass fenders. We got all the clearance. It's on set of like, I think they're like 42s. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. Single wheel conversion on the F450 is badass. So yeah, I've been getting this, kind of prepping this for before it goes out to work for storm season. I got to build a gangster transfer tank setup that has a spare tire holder on it, and we got to get the lights all wired up because we did GG LED lights all over this thing. So I got 2 more boxes with light bars and rock lights and strobe lights. This thing is going to be kind of like the face of JDR. I got some new headlights ordered up. I need to get a grill ordered. I should have ordered a grill too. But yeah, that's what we've been doing, and we've been rocking and rolling. So thank you guys so much for watching. I can't thank you guys enough for supporting, subscribing, liking, and just allowing us to do what we do. So if you can, go down and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.